Welcome back, dear students. In this video, I'll explain the poetry devices used in the poem geography lesson. So first we will deal with the first stanza. So here you can see, first thing we can find out is the rhyme scheme or the rhyme pattern. In order to find out the rhyme scheme or rhyme pattern, we have to take the last word in every sentence. Like in the first line, when the jet sprang into the sky, there you have to take the word sky. Then in the second line, you have to take the word city. Then had, then mile, inevitability, haphazard, style and sky. These are the words to be taken. Then you have to find out the word that is having the same ending sound. Okay, like here you can see the word sky. Sky is similar like the last sentence, sky. Sky, sky. There we have given A. Then city and inevitability. So there we can give B. Then had, haphazard. So it will be C. Then mile, style. It will be D. So the rhyme scheme of this stanza is A, B, C, D, B, C, D. This is the rhyming scheme or the rhyming pattern. Next, we can see a word written here, repetition. Repetition means the entire sentence is repeated one more time. That is called repetition, and it is very clear. In the 8th line, the first line itself is repeated. When the jet sprang into the sky, it is the same like 8th line. So, lines 1 and 8 are occupying the poetry device repetition. Okay. So, repetition means the repetition of the entire sentence in a poem is called repetition. Then we have enjambment. You have to read it. Enjambment. Enjambment means we are continuing a line without having proper punctuation marks. Punctuation marks include full stop, comma, semicolon like this. So without using that, if we are continuing the poem, that is called enjambment. In the lines 2nd and 3rd, you can see, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had. It is a singular sentence, but after the city, there is no punctuation marks. The poet hasn't given any punctuation mark there. No full stop, no comma, no hyphen, nothing. So there we can see the poet has used the poetry device enjambment. And in the lines 5 and 6, you can see the same. There seemed an inevitability about what on ground had looked haphazard. That is a singular line, and after inevitability, either there should be a comma or a hyphen, but the poet hasn't used it. So we can say the poetry device used here is enjambment. Okay, so two things you learn now, repetition and enjambment. And the next thing is alliteration. Alliteration means in a single sentence. Okay, in a single sentence, if we are repeating the consonant sounds includes the vowel, excluding all the vowel sounds, what all are left in English alphabet, they are the consonant sounds. Like except A, E, I, O, U, B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. These are the consonant sounds. So if this sound is repeated, if this sound or the letter is repeated in the initial of any words, it should be in the beginning of any words. Like you can see in lines 1 and 8. You can see sprang and sky. There S sound is repeated. S is a consonant sound and it is repeated. And in the line 4 you can see again S sound is repeated. Sing, scaled, 6. So there again S sound is repeated. And in the line 6 you can see H sound is repeated. Had and haphazard. H sound is repeated. So this is called alliteration. Alliteration is a repetition of the consonant sounds in the beginning of any word in the same sentence. That is called alliteration. You can't take it from another sentence. It should be in a single sentence. And the consonant sounds, either it can be seen as a letter itself, or some days we can't see it as a letter, but still it will be the same sound. In the next stanza you can see one example regarding this. In the second stanza of the poem also, we can see the poetic devices repetition, enjambment and alliteration. First we will deal with the repetition. Repetition means the repetition of the entire sentence in a poem. So here, when the jet reached 10,000 feet, it is repeated the same in the 8th line. So there, the poetic device is repetition. Then in lines 2 and 3, you can see enjambment. See, it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran. That is a complete sentence. But here the poet hasn't used any punctuation. He hasn't used any hyphen. He hasn't used any comma. So there the poetic device is enjambment. It is lacking the punctuation mark. And the same you can see in lines 3 and 4 and lines 5, 6 and 7. So now we can focus on alliteration. Alliteration means the repetition of the consonant sounds or letter. So in the last stanza I have told you, even though the letters will be different, the same sounds will be produced. Like you can see in line 4. And why the valleys were populated. Valleys were. Same initial sound is there. Valleys were. Even though the letters are different, the same initial sound. So obviously it is alliteration. Even though the letters are different, the same sound is there in valleys and where. So it is equipping the poetic device alliteration. And in the line 3rd, you can see rivers ran. R sound is repeated. So that is also alliteration. And last we can focus on the rhyme scheme, that is feet and feet. So A we have given. Then country and geography, BB. Then ran and man, CC. Then populated and delineated, DD. So the rhyme scheme is A, B, C, D, B, C, D, A. So I hope you understood this stanza as well. In the last stanza of the poem, we are not getting the poetic device repetition and alliteration. We are just having enjambment and rhyme scheme. So first we can focus on enjambment. So in lines 2nd and 3rd, you can see it was clear the earth was round and that it had more sea than land. It is a singular sentence. It is conveying a singular meaning, but still the poet hasn't used any punctuation mark. So there the poet has used the poetic device enjambment. And in lines 4, 5 and 6, again we can see enjambment. Okay. Then rhyme scheme is, here we are not having the repetition. So we can't give A to somebody else. Okay. So we have to be very careful. High and Y. Even though the letters are different, C, high, Y, E sound is repeated. That is why we are giving here A. High and Y is having the same sound, not the same letter, the same sound. High, Y. Then round and round, land, understand, found, built. All are having the same letters at the last, but still the sound is different. You can see round is going together with found, round, found. Okay. Then land, understand, so it is CC. Then land, understand and built also, so it is also having C. Then kill is not having any other friends here, it is singular there, so there kill we have to give D. So the rhyme scheme of this stanza is A, B, C, C, B, C and D, A. So I hope you understood the new terms you studied in poetic device, that is repetition, enjambment and alliteration. I hope you have studied a bit about alliteration the last year. But if you haven't studied, I hope you understood it completely. So, three things you are familiar now, that is repetition, enjambment, and alliteration. And if you have any doubts, please do comment below or ask me personally. Thank you for watching.